I've been taking a little break from repairing radios lately, but my next door neighbor brought this one over and said, I heard you repair radios. So I'll take a look at it. It's an RCA Victor. It's in pretty good shape externally, except for the crack here. And let's see if we can find what model it is. RCA Victor. Model 1X51. 12BA6, 12SA7, 12SQ7, 50L6, 35Z5 tubes. Made in the US, so it's not a Canadian radio. Based on those tubes, it's a little bit older. A little bit older. Well, let's see what we can find out about it. So it's side mounted, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how to get that out of there. I guess we have to get at those screws down there. The back comes right off. It just clips off. Okay, well, that's a new one for me. Yeah, so took those 6 screws out and it comes out. That's nice and dusty. We're going to have to clean that out. And we are going to have to I take it, this will come off of the chassis so we can get at the components underneath. I've never seen a construction like this. Interesting. Well, I have to say that was one of the more difficult radios to get apart. Usually they come apart very easily so you can access the components, but in this case, no. I had to take a whole bunch of nuts off, and anyhow, here it is. Looks nasty, nasty, nasty. We'll have to replace all of these paper wax capacitors and the filter caps here, which I think is a 240 microfarad dual cap. Boy, everything's tight in there, isn't it? Well, here goes. Good luck to me. Okay, so let's do some tube testing. We will start with the 35Z5 rectifier. And I'll use my trusty ICO 667 tube tester. All right, so we want filament 35, not surprisingly. 0 grid, plate 65, and then we will set these this way. All right, let's check the line voltage, and let's see. All right, and that tube is fine. All right, I won't bore you with the rest of the testing. I'll come back when I'm finished all of that. Well, not great news. The 35Z5 rectifier is great. The 50L6 power tube is great. The 12 SA7 is very weak, so I should have a replacement for that somewhere. The 12 SQ7 is dead, and the 12 BA6 is very strong. So interesting. I mean, this radio, I think, was from about 1951 or 52, and interestingly enough, that bed. Oh, let me see if we can get it in the light here. No, you can't. Well, the date code on this is 1-52, which I think is actually the 52nd week of 1951 and not the first week of 1952. But maybe it's the first week of 1952. Either way, that seems about right. So this would be the original tube, or one of the original tubes from that radio. It's interesting. This is sort of a transitional period for tubes because you have the old style octals, and then you have one miniature 12BA6 miniature. Okay, so let's see if we have some replacement tubes and we'll go from there. Well, those 12SQ7s do all the work in the radio. I mean, it's the detector tube, it's the AF amplifier, it's the AVC tube. So because of that, they tend to take a beating. So any of the ones that I have are in bad shape. So this one has a leak. That's no good. This one's extremely weak. 40, 36, and 14 for the three diodes. I might have to use that. And then this one, which I have a lovely box for, is empty. So this will probably get the radio working. It just won't work very well. I guess I'll have to order some 12SQ7s. But I have lots of 12SA7s. There's a nice strong one, so we will use that. So, oh well, onward and upward. Okay, so here's the plan. We will replace this cable with a polarized power cord. We'll replace the electrolytic filter caps. We will replace these paper wax, not this one, these paper wax capacitors. These domino mica caps are likely okay, but we'll test the resistors, and if they're way out of spec, I'll change them. Normally, if they're within a reasonable percentage, I will leave them in. And then we'll replace those two bad tubes, and I'll do an alignment. So standard sort of work, and we'll see whether we can get this radio working again. I've worked on a lot of tube radios over the years, and I have to say this one has been the biggest pain in the rear end of all of them. First, getting it out of the chassis was pain. And then everything was so tight in here that I had to sort of work around it. And then getting the stress relief off of this thing was insane. Usually you could just squeeze it and pull it through. This one was crazy. I must have worked on it for half an hour. Finally had to just completely destroy it. So anyhow, we got the we have the old power cord out, and I've replaced all of the non-electrolytic capacitors, and I've tested the resistors. They're all seem to be okay. I mean, they're all high, but they're within a reasonable range. So now it's just a matter of replacing the electrolytic caps and putting a new power cord back on, and then we'll put this thing back together and see what happens. Okay, well, the electrolytics are installed. The power cord is installed in the proper way. And I think we're ready to put this back together and see if it blows up. Okay, well, I have it hooked up to a isolation transformer, a current limiter, and a variac. And I'm direct it's not hooked into the antenna right now, but I'm direct injecting an IF signal. So we have audio, at least. All the tubes are working. And so next step is going to be the alignment. The radio from hell strikes again. Local oscillator is not working. So was that coil already damaged, or did I mess it up when I was doing some soldering? We shall find out. It could also be R22, that resistor or capacitor that's connected to it, but we shall see. Well, we did some pretty sketchy work there, let me tell you. But what we're looking for here is roughly 5 ohms on one side. We've got 5.3, and then this is the tricky one. This is the side that was not working. 1.6, I'll take that. Awesome. Well, let's see if the radio will work now. Well, I repaired the oscillator coil, and now we're getting some reception. It was originally very, very noisy, which I traced largely to dirty sockets, tube sockets. So I cleaned those with some deoxit, and we got it working. Miracle of miracles.